Inside the web application, we need to create a new controller where we will practice with EF Core. So in the controllers here, let me add a new controller and I will call this category controller. When we were working with the console application, we were directly creating the application DB context object. But here we have registered that to the services, so we can extract that using dependency injection. For that, we will have a private read-only application DB context. And let me call that _DB. Then inside the constructor here, we will get the implementation. And that implementation is provided by dependency injection. We have registered in program.cs that application DB context should use this configuration for the connection string. So when we request that implementation using dependency injection, .NET Core is responsible for creating an object and even disposing when we are done using that. We have the index action here. On that page, we want to display a list of all the categories that we have. So here we will get a list of category. We will add the model namespace and let me call that obj list is equal to. We can use _DB as context like we were using, and there we have all the DB set. The DB set that we are looking for is categories, and we want to retrieve the complete list, so we can say .toList. After that, we can return back to the view and we can pass list of all the categories to our view. We need to create the razor view for the index page in category. So right click here, add view, it will be empty, and we will call that index.cshtml. Now for the view here, I do not want to waste time in coding HTML and CSS. We want to focus purely on EF Core. That's why I have assets that are available on .NETmastery.com. You can navigate to the EF Core project, and in the project details, you can download course content. We are on section 7, and first thing, we have the category index view. Let me copy everything that we have here, navigate back to the view, and paste it right there. Main thing that you should notice here is the model is IEnumerable of category, and that is what we are passing from the controller here. To navigate to this action method, I will go to shared_layout where we have the navigation. The controller here, let me change that from home to category, and action, that will be index. We will call this category. Let me copy and paste that few more times here. Down the road, I will add publisher controller, author controller, and book controller. We will keep the action as index to load the index page, but let me add the navigation link for all of them. We are not using areas here, so that can be empty. Perfect. With that, let me run the application. Now, if you remember, in our database, we already have 3 categories. So right here, when we go on category, we expect to see them. And perfect. With that, we are able to retrieve all the categories and display them. When we retrieve all the categories here, we added that in the logs. To see that, we will go to debug, window, and we have the output. Right here on the debug window, if you scroll up, we have the query right here. So that way you can see logs are also working as expected. We will be using this output window very often in the next few sections to examine what query is being executed. So let me continue from the next video.